Hello, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Greetings to you all from Reason Together TV. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, according to your time and wherever you are in the part of the world. Welcome again to my channel. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, please enable to hit the red subscribe button down below and also the bell icon for notifications so that whenever I upload a new video, you will always be the first person to be notified. This case that you're about to watch is the case of child threatening reported by a woman that her husband threatened to seize a 1-year-old baby. Please stay tuned while the defendant and the complainant make their statement for peaceful resolution until I come your way next time. Remain blessed and bye for now. Ciao.
Thank you for being with us. Okay, let's hear you out. Speak up. What is the problem? How did you get to know Mr. Naman, and what led to him threatening to seize your child?
Me and Mr. Namani.
No, this is not the tune. If you have been watching us, you know this is not the tune that you expect me to hear.
Okay.
Talk more of the viewers to hear you out.
We went to the same university, though in the first year, second year, we did not speak to each other. But in the final year, that is when we started talking, and that is when we started dating. We officially started dating August 2015 in Enugu State University of Science and Technology. We dated throughout.
Speak up.
We dated throughout. He used to come because a long distance relationship, because I was in Lagos and he's in Abuja. But he usually used to come to Lagos and visit me. I couldn't be going because of my work. So he was the one always coming to Lagos, visit me, stay with my family, then he would go back to Abuja. Up until 2017, then till 2019, I had an operation of pile and hemorrhoid because I have been suffering from the sickness for the past 10 years with ana fistula. So then 2020, he moved out of his parents' house and came to Abuja and Lagos in March to pick up his motor he purchased. So during that time, he started putting pressure on me that he wanted to get married, that he needed to settle down. But because of my work, I couldn't be able to get time to go and see his family because I've never met them before in all these years that we are dating. So he said I needed to meet the family and see where he is and so that we can marry, that he wants to get married. That's what he told me. But I kept on postponing the visit up until April when the coronavirus came in. Though I've already taken leave from the office, but when the virus started, we had to go on a lockdown. I couldn't go anymore. He was threatening to end the relationship if I could not come to Abuja, that he wanted to settle down, that he's having many distractions, especially since he bought his motor, that he wanted to settle down, that I'm not ready for marriage. I want to still be doing boyfriend and he wants to have his own family. So he told me. So after much threatening that he was going to end the relationship of 5 years, I had to go and meet my boss. I talked to my boss and begged him that look at what happened. I told him everything.
You dated for 5 years?
Yes, since 2015. So this is happening in 2020. So I had to meet my boss and beg him that please look at what is happening. I'm about to lose the relationship that I've been having since because of work. He should give me small time so I can travel and go and see him and see his family so that we can start the wedding process. So that I admit I want to settle down. It's not as though I don't want to settle down. So after talking to my boss, he agreed and gave me 5 days to go and meet him. So I traveled in June during that lockdown. There were no buses available, but we had to use one of those Tianas, the ones that go. I had to go. Though my parents were like, why not wait till after lockdown because of the road, they were saying kidnapping and all. But I told him that the person I'm dating is not understanding of all those things. And I didn't want to lose the relationship because I have invested so much time in it. So I said I had to go. So I just went and made that trip and went to Abuja. I was given 5 days, but I stayed for 7 days in the office, in Abuja. I met his mother, I met him, we went to his shop, we went around together, then everything was fine. I came back to Lagos. While in Abuja, I was always afraid of getting pregnant before marriage. because I wanted a situation where I would marry and get pregnant in my
Speak up, madam.
where I would marry and get pregnant in my husband's house. But I did not want anything pregnancy. But while I was in Abuja, Uche would not agree to use the condom while we have sex. So I told him one time, go and get a condom. You know I don't want to get pregnant. But it was like, I'm his wife. That even though we have not done the normal thing, that I'm the woman he wants to marry. And he didn't pick me up from anywhere, that he wants to marry me. That even if I get pregnant for him, that he cannot leave me, that he was going to marry me. But I was not okay, because I didn't want let marriage be the reason why I would get married to him. I wanted us to marry on normal, as we love each other. So I came back to Lagos, and after 1 month I discovered I was pregnant for him. So I called him and told him, this is what I'm saying, this is what I noticed, because it came as like an infection. I was itching all over. So I was thinking, what is happening? I went to do test, and they said it's a Albema candida. I was itching seriously, and everywhere was swollen because I was scratching it. I did not know. So they said that they gave me drugs and injections. They recommended Augmentin for me. I took that Augmentin, full packet. I was already taking the injection, five for a dose of it. I've already taken it. I didn't know I was pregnant. So not until one evening, mommy was just looking at me at the home and said, this thing you are itching, have you checked if you are pregnant? I said, no, I cannot be pregnant, because even though we didn't use condom, I used after morning pills, because I did not want to get pregnant for a man without marriage. Mommy said, go and check if you are pregnant, because sometimes pregnancy comes with this kind of symptoms of infection, that it may be just the changes in your body. So I went and eventually did the test and discovered truly I was pregnant. I had already taken the Augmentin, taken the injection. I had to stop. I was even scared if maybe something bad would have happened to the baby or something. So I called him and told him that it's not infection, no, it's pregnancy. And then he told me that I have to remove it, because he's not financially ready to take care of a child and to do wedding at the same time. That what is important now is for us to get married and baby will come later. I said, no, if you are going to get married this year, you said November, you are coming for my traditional and everything, and I'm getting pregnant in July, why are we going to remove the pregnancy? That this is an early marriage gift that God is giving us. That some people get married and after 10 years they don't see any baby. This one has come before that time. So since you say you want to get married to me, why are you saying that we should remove that? I'm not going to remove it. That this baby has come to stay. Because if the baby wanted to go, would have gone with all the medications I took. He said he's not ready, that I should choose. Either I have the baby or I remove it and we do the marriage. I said, no, I'm going to keep this baby. And if you want this baby, you will have to come and do what you have to do based on marriage. You have to come and do it. I'm not going to remove this baby for you. I told him that. After much tussle with family, because my family had to get involved when he was feeling adamant. Naomi had to call him, and some words were spoken. Then finally he agreed to come and do the marriage. When he requested for the list, and when the list was given to him, he complained of the list was too big, everything is too big, he doesn't want to do, he's not ready for this, he's not ready for the baby, he's not ready. He kept on complaining and complaining. I had to go and meet my mommy and daddy and talk to them that, please, I'm already pregnant. They should help me and see a way how they can do this list, to adjust it down to the barest minimum, so that whatever it is he can do, if my people comes, he will just do the little, and to remove shame from my face, and for the sake of the baby coming out without no father, no son. I don't want that. I begged my parents, and they now reduced the list for him to the barest minimum. So I sent him the new list with the hope that he was going to be happy that, yeah, this is what my parents did for him. But because he didn't want the marriage, probably he was deceiving me, and I did not know all these years. He was still not satisfied. All the things they removed for him, they still reduced it to less than minimum. I told my mom, they said no problem, that he should come. He should come, they will just do whatever he brought. So he came for the marriage. After much loss, even on the marriage day, everybody was asking me, Achille, what is happening? Your husband, his people, they are not happy. What is happening? I just had to stomach it and said, it is fine. God will do his will. So after the marriage, even when I wanted to give him the wine, they were looking for him up and down because he left the venue and went out. They had to call him to come and sit down for me to give him the wine. After everything, the marriage was done in August 29th. Then it was time. He asked me if I'm going to move to Abuja with him. I told him the normal thing is for me to move, but because of my work, I have to, transfer all my work to Abuja. I have to talk to my work people. So I did the processing for my work from that August to September. During that time, he would tell me, if I ask him for money, say, please, I need money for this, and he will tell me he cannot be sending me money while I'm in Lagos. That if I need to come to Abuja and, so that we can plan ourselves, that if he's there spending money and I'm here spending money, that I need to come. I said, okay, Shebi, I'm trying to work my transfer to Abuja. That's why I have not come. So after everything I did with my office people, they eventually transferred me to Abuja. I went to Abuja on October 12th. I went and he started settled in Abuja. We started. I felt him following me with that stage of pregnancy. He was going to now come to terms with the baby and want the baby as much as I did. But going to Abuja, I think that was a mistake I made. I shouldn't have gone. I should have stayed back and watched him like people advised. But I didn't, because I believed that if I'm with him, that he will come around. The love that we had, because I felt we loved each other, the love we had was going to take over and everything would be fine. But I went to Abuja, and when it was time to register for antenatal, he took me to a private hospital. He said the fee was too much. Then we went to another one, which was fair. We registered. We registered for that one.
Go ahead, ma'am.
We registered for that fine clinic. He kept on complaining of the expenses. At every point in time, he would keep on complaining of the expenses. That the expenses is too much. That if I had come single, without a baby, that without pregnancy, maybe things would have been better for us. I told him, don't see this baby as a bad thing. See it as a blessing. Children sometimes open doors for their family, for their parents. Leave it. I'm already pregnant. I cannot remove this baby. Let's forget about this and move on. So when we registered for the bank clinic, we are going. He was doing everything grudgingly. I will try to pacify him that, please, let's forget about all these things and let's move on. Any small provocation, he would take it to his mother, because they live in Abuja with us. Whatever we discuss in the house, for the baby, for the hospital we are going, for whatever we are going to do, he takes it to the family house. They will decide and they will come. So one time he told me to go and ask the doctor for the Vine Clinic that how much is their normal delivery, that's vaginal delivery and CS, because of my operation. And he knows about the operation I did, that it may not be okay for me to push out a baby. So he asked me to check, and when I went to the Vine Clinic that day, I checked, and the man told me 200,000 for operation and 50,000 for normal delivery. I came home and told him, this is what the man told me. He said, it's too expensive, that I'll have to go to Kubwa General Hospital, that the General Hospital will be cheaper. That no, that hospital is too expensive. I'm going to register there. I said, okay, no problem. We agreed on that. Then I went to General Hospital. But they rejected me there because I had stayed 5 months already before I went to Abuja. So I had to go back again. I kept on begging the women that, please, this is why I came late. I did a transfer. They didn't hear any story I had to say. They said, no, madam, it is 2 months. Once you have more than 2 months, we can't take you anymore. So while I was in that hospital, somebody now said, but there's a wellness clinic here. It's an affiliation of the General Hospital, but it's the same General Hospital, but like a private entity there, that you can go and register there, and it will still the same doctors, the same nurses and everything. So I said, okay, fine. I went there to make the inquiry, and they told me, okay, to register for antenatal there, it is 11/7. I said, okay. I came back home that day and told him, and look at what they told me, wellness clinic. He said, okay, it's even better, that I'm going to register there in November. Uche goes out in the morning, comes back late at night. He doesn't call to ask me, how is the baby, oh, how is the baby kicking, oh. Most of the time, even when I'm in the office, I'm always alone. He gave me the best shop to be handling and managing and doing the transactions there. That's the only time he calls me, whenever he wants to ask me about the shop. Nothing. He doesn't call me, he doesn't ask me how the baby is and all that. But that one didn't matter to me because I felt with time, everything would be okay. I was praying and I had faith that we are going to scale through. So I went to I told him, okay, November, we are going to go to the general hospital. Whether he went and discussed with his family, they told him that I should not go to wellness clinic. They recommended health center for me. He came back one evening and told me, you are not going to Divine Clinic, you are going to health center. I said, health center? I thought we have agreed that I'm going to Divine Clinic. I know your brother's wife has told me about health center, and I told her that I don't really want health center, that this is the hospital that I want, and we have already agreed that we are going. Why are you bringing up health center? He said that's what he has told me, and that is final. That if I don't want to go to that health center, that I'm on my own. I said, how? I said, no. The health center, I've not gone there for any kind of medication before. And this is where I've already made up my mind to go. If you are saying because of you don't want to give me the money to register, no problem. I went to the office that day. I took some salary advance and I went and registered for the Kubwa General Hospital. I came back and told him, look, I have registered. I thought he was going to be happy. Because if you are complaining that the pressure of family, pregnancy money is too much, and you see a wife that can support you, I thought he was going to be happy. But I did not know he was not happy about it. He told me, okay, no problem. He took the card and gave it to me back. He didn't say anything, and I didn't even know he was not happy. He went back and told his people that I refused to go for the health center, that I went to the general hospital, that I'm stubborn, I'm this one, I'm that one. I didn't know they were talking about it there. So we continued. Any small things that happen in the house, based on I want to cook. If he wants to be buying things for me to cook, I'll tell him, no, let me be buying for myself. Baby Lord, he said he wants to buy it by himself. I said, let me buy it because you may not be able to know what you need. But he said no, that in his house, that is how it is done in his own house. And you know it is done in your own house. That's how it was done with his mother. I said, your mother is dear. This is our own. You cannot be bringing your family every time to our relationship. Let us live our own life. I miss your mother's wishes and your father's wishes, even though they are in Abuja, even though they are close by. This is me. I'm not part of I was not brought up in your family. I may not have the same values as you. Let's come together and sort out ourselves. Not every time you go to your mother to take advice and then you come to me and make it as a law for me. Yeah, please, don't do that, because he will not listen. Any little conversation we have in the house, he will take it to the mother and they will call me for the meeting. One time the mother called me and told me she does not, when I initially came, that she does not know I was pregnant. That if she knew that I was pregnant, that she wouldn't have come to ask for my hand in. They wouldn't have come to do the marriage.
That's what the mother said.
The mother said it in the first time she called me. She said that she wanted to speak with me. I thought it was something she wanted to tell me. I quickly ran. Then when I got there, the mother said that she didn't know that I was pregnant. That when her son told her that he impregnated me, he thought the son was joking. That he thought the son was joking, that it was not true. I said that if she had known that I was pregnant, that she wouldn't have come to pay they wouldn't have paid the bride price, because in their place they don't pay for bride price for a woman that is pregnant. They can do all the ceremony, but they will not have done any bride price payment. I told her that, but mommy, you called me while I was in Lagos and to ask me for my health. How am I doing? How is the baby? So how can, and I answered you that I'm fine. Baby is fine. So how can you now say that you do not know that I was pregnant? Say, well, for the tradition you're talking about, in my own place, if a woman is pregnant, before the family will discover that she's pregnant, they will quickly rush to go and do the traditional marriage, so that they will save the face of the child and the mother. So I don't know for your Enugu state how you could do your own, but nevertheless, you can call my You can call my mommy and daddy and discuss that with them, because the bride price was not collected, was not discussed by me. I was not there. So me, I don't really know anything about that. So she collected my daddy and mommy's number that she was going to speak with them then about that. I said no problem. I went home. I told my husband that look at, the mommy is calling me that if they are known, they have called the bride price. He called his mother and told his mother that the mother should forget about the bride price situation. The mother should forget, she not talk about it again, she let it go. I said okay. We continued the marriage. Very lackadaisical attitude about the baby. There's no time you will talk about the baby thing that he will be motivated. Only when I break down in sickness, that's when he will now start running up and down. And you can just see the hatred and the anger in him when he's spending those money. Then
were you not spending money also? Because you are working. Why did you leave the workload on him alone to be spending because of?
I was spending money also. When sometimes there will not be room food in the house, and because I'm working and it's only that likes food, I will just buy and give him. Most of the baby things that the baby has, baby food, baby clothes, I bought them even from Lagos when I was coming. Even in the business that the bed shop that he has, sometimes we'll run out of funds and he will ask me, babe, you have 5,000, you have 10,000, you have 20,000, give it to me, let us use it, and I will do it. Even the house that we rented, because we had to live where he was staying, because we were living in a single room. Even the house that we rented, me and him joined money to rent it. The house was what we paid $350 for rent, 12,000 for water, 18,000 for security, and 17,500 for agents. My 145,000 naira was put into that rent. All I was doing for him to be happy and see that yes, I'm supporting him and want the baby just as much as I wanted it. But he was not seeing that as anything, because he felt I came with pregnancy, so whatever I did, I was paying my dues. I was paying my dues for coming with a big belly. That's why you saw it. So anything I did, he didn't appreciate it. He didn't appreciate it at all. He didn't appreciate anything I did. He saw it that after I came with pregnancy, so whatever I'm doing, I should be doing it. Then it was I was going to the Kubwa General Hospital. No, General Hospital, you meet different doctors every time you go there. It's not like you're going to meet one particular doctor that is.
But it's not expensive now. General Hospital is not expensive. It's not an expensive hospital. It's not a general hospital, government hospital.
Yeah, it's government hospital. So
it's as good as the healthcare now. It's not because you have more what is it called? More specialists there than any other place. In case of complication, you can easily have specialists at that moment.
Even the Vine Clinic we were going, that was one of the reasons why I didn't like that Vine Clinic. Because when you go there, it's just one-man hospital. Sometimes we'll go there and stay 3 hours waiting for doctor. Because he also practices at that general hospital.
Is he a doctor?
He's a consultant there. So before he comes to the clinic, you wait 3 hours, 4 hours. I even told him that this Vine Clinic, the hospital, the man is not always around. So I prefer that general, because anytime you go, there will always be a doctor in seat. So I was going for that general hospital. Some days he will give me money. If it's not enough, I will add my own. Because if you go there, you pay 3,000 naira. If you run scan, it's 2,000 naira. If you run different tests, before you know, you are spending almost 8,000 naira there. But I was adding my own and trying to support him in it.
So what is the issue?
The first month I went to the Abuja, though I was not supposed to do that, but I was in his phone and I saw where he was talking to his ex-girlfriend he was dating while he was in youth service. How he was going to frustrate me, he was going to make me leave the marriage by myself since I insisted on the marriage when he told me he was not ready. I read that chat and I just kept it and ignored it, that with prayer it was not going to happen that way.
He wrote to his ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
That was going to frustrate you.
Till I leave the marriage by myself.
So people think frustrating a woman to leave the marriage, that ends the life. You frustrate somebody, as far as you are still alive, somebody else will frustrate you. Either another woman that will go into his life will frustrate him, and he will even end his life there.
No, it's better if it is heard that the woman left. You know, when they hear that you left, they can tell the world that you left for rubbish reason, like he's doing now. Because now he's telling the world that he's saying that I cheated. I'm cheating on him. After marriage, I'm cheating on him. That's what he's saying now.
To who?
Where he sent me a message that the only reason my son is with me is because he's still a little baby that is talking breast. That very soon that he was going to come for the baby. That I went to Lagos with my boyfriend. Man, this is barely 1 month I gave birth. 2 years. I can still even feel the pains in my body. I'm still bleeding. And the only thing he can talk about is, I went to Lagos with my boyfriend. He's not even asking about the welfare of his child and how he's going to take care of the child. Since you came on Sunday morning and asked me to leave the house with your family, they came in the mother, the father, the brother, and one other woman. They came on a Sunday morning around 8 and 9. Me and my mother would just finish bathing the baby. They didn't even tell me they were coming, unannounced. They came and told me, what is the problem? He told the mother that I'm not submissive. What is the reason? Why am I not submissive? I chose to go to Kubwa General Hospital. When he said I should go to health center. When I was coming to Abuja, I chose to take a GUO instead of taking Peace Mass Transport that he told me. I told him Peace Mass Transport, they're always having accident on the road. The drivers are reckless. I don't want Peace Mass, I want GUO. He said I chose to do that. I said I'm the one that will be buying things for the kitchen in the house. That he told me that my mommy should not come at all to Abuja. And I insisted on my mother to come. Why won't I insist on my mommy to come? You go out in the morning, come back in the evening. I'm the only one in the house. And I needed somebody to be close by. This is my first pregnancy. Nobody is there that is coming to see me or coming to look after me. And will I be rolling up and down with a big stomach and be going to your family house every day? So I said, let mommy come in this time, in this last stage of my pregnancy, and stay with me before I gave birth. He rejected. I said, never, that my mother will not come. I said, why? He doesn't want to see my family. He doesn't want to see me. He doesn't want to see any of my family members. Then my mother came. He said, because my mother came, this one. So one of the visits we went to General Hospital. As my mother came to Abuja, I was 39 weeks and 5 days. No, 4 days that day. So mommy was looking at me and was saying, because normally my child is a very active child. While in the womb, he's always shaking and moving. But toward that last 39 weeks, the movement was not very strong. So I told him like a week ago that the doctor told me that I'm supposed to give birth this week because my due date was 16th of March. Sorry, 18th of March. That I'm supposed to give birth this, but if I don't give birth and it's 40 weeks and above, they were going to retain me when I come for the next antenatal session. I told him. So that day my mommy was looking at me and was like, what is happening? Your stomach, the shape of your stomach is somehow. I told her how. She said, is your baby moving? I said, yes, the baby is moving, but it's like it was like the baby was in a particular position that I don't understand it. Mommy was like, let it not be that she came all the way to Abuja and people will start blaming her that you came, an elderly woman, and you came because of you wanted to stay with your child and be with her, that she's her first pregnancy. Let nothing happen. Mommy said, let's go to the hospital. Let me go and complain to them that this is what I'm facing, because I've been doing the walking exercise. They say it induces labor, but I've not seen any sign of labor. I've been doing the what they call that one, squats. They say it induces labor, but I've not seen any sign of labor. So mommy said, okay, we should go to the hospital and complain to them that 39 weeks 5 days, I'm already heading to 40 weeks that and above, that we should go and complain to the hospital. I told her, no, mommy, I'm not going to go because next tomorrow is my antenatal day. If I go today now, I will pay 5,000 naira. And if I go next tomorrow, I will still pay. No, that I don't want to go because I was thinking about the money. Mommy shouted at me, what is money when it comes to the life of your child? And you, why are you conscious of money? I said, no, I'm conscious of money, just that I'm trying to save costs. She said, she rebuked me and said, let us go. And if the doctor said you are fine, we come back and sit down and wait to whatever the doctor said. So we went to the hospital that day. I met another doctor entirely that I've not met before throughout my going to that clinic. So she checked me and said, it might be that it's a big baby. That's why I'm not feeling the movements rigidly. But notwithstanding, let me go and do a scan so that they can know if it is because the baby is big or if there's anything again they need to check. So I went to do the scan and the baby was weighing 4 points. So she said it's a big baby. That once the baby enters 4 points, that they have to remove the baby through CS. That based on my history with the pile, that if I push this baby out, that the pile and the symptoms will come out again. That it is advisable for me to do the CS and get remove the baby to avoid any kind of issues arising.
Okay, but what brought you to this office now?
My husband is telling me that he's going to take the baby from me, and now he's accusing me of cheating on him. He's telling the world that I left to be with my boyfriend. I left with the boy.
When you say he's telling the world, did you go to social media? Because you are the one on social media, but I have not seen him here. Who are the world?
He sent me a message.
Are you the world?
Ma, I know very well that as he's sending me that message, that is the story he'll be telling everybody there.
Who are the everybody now?
All the people that will ask him. Like my landlord called me yesterday and was asking me that they've not seen me. That's in Abuja. That they've not seen me for some while now. That what happened? That even they were calling my husband and he did not respond. He did not respond to them very well. He's already sending me a message that I'm going with my boyfriend. I left the marriage because I want to be with my boyfriend. And they are the one that asked me to leave.
Who are those that asked you to leave?
They came on a Sunday morning on the 29th of March, barely 2 weeks after I put to bed. My baby's circumcision was still on. They've not even the ring has not even fallen down. They came that morning and asked my mommy to take me back. That if they want, they will come back. If they don't want, then I will go. That but for now, that I should be going. That they don't want the marriage. The mother told my mommy that me and my mommy want to kill her son. Because since the son asked my mommy not to come, my mommy still came. The mommy has come to kill her son. That the operation was not, the doctor did not advise us. That we are the one that went to go and meet the doctors to do the operation for us. That the doctors did not advise us. That we are the one that connived with the doctors to do operation because I did not want to push the baby out.
So you want to pass through pain and you want your body to be cut by planning with doctor. How possible is that?
That is what the mother said.
So who want to pass through pain? Do you know what it takes for somebody to go through pain of cesarean?
Now we could not with the doctors to have that surgery. Meanwhile, madam, when we had that, they booked us for emergency space. My husband came and brought 60,000 naira. Now that is what he has. I had to go with my mom. I had some little cash with me. I added it up. I added it up, and I gave to the doctors. They now booked us for operation. What he brought initially on that day was 60,000 naira. For the operation, they told him was 160,000. He brought 60,000 naira. I added it up and gave to those people, and they started the preparations for the surgery while waiting for him to bring the balance. On getting to the operation room, they discovered that it was not even the weight of the baby that made the baby to be weak. They brought out the baby with cord, the umbilical cord, rounding 3 times around the baby's neck. And that was the reason why the baby was weak in my stomach. Not even because of the big that the doctor was thinking. He has already pulled in the sack, the pregnancy sack. The doctor was like, wow, that the God that brought us here today is a living God. That if we had stayed a day more, that baby would have died because the baby was already in distress. The doctor came out and told him that wow, man, you go and thank your God. This is what happened. Do you know the mother said everything that happened with the umbilical cord, everything that is a story is a lie. That we are connived so that we can have operation because I don't want to push the baby out. That she has told me initially that it is a taboo and it is a taboo in our family to do operation. That all the women married here was born through vaginal delivery. that she has told me, but I still insisted on doing operation, that it was a plan between my mother and the doctors. This is General Hospital.
What do you want this office to do for you? What is the essence of coming here?
Here I said I don't think he's going to come face to face and take away the child. I'm taking for the welfare of the child, because he might come and kidnap this baby from me. I don't know what his plans are. Because telling me you are going to take a baby from me, I don't know on what grounds you want to take that baby away from me. So I'm scared for the life of my child. I'm scared of losing him without even knowing where he could be. Because he might
You don't know the family house?
I know the family house. Man, would they take him to the family house if they kidnap this boy? Would they take him to the family house, knowing that I know the family house?
But whom are you staying with in Lagos now?
I'm staying with my sister, my mother.
Your parents are in Lagos?
My parents are in Lagos. My other ones are in Lagos.
So how will they now come to the family and kidnap the child?
I don't know.
Why you have family members there?
Because he's telling me he knows how to get his child when he's ready. That's what he told me. I don't know what he means by that. I don't know what he means by that.
This is listed and done.
So I'm just scared. So he knows how to get the baby when he's ready. I don't know what he means by that. A baby you don't want. A baby you said they should not born through cesarean, and they gave birth to the baby. Now you don't want me because I gave birth to cesarean. Now you want my baby.
Have the family come into this matter?
They've come. They're the ones that asked me to leave on Sunday. They're the ones that asked mommy to take me and go.
Your mom was there?
My mom, because she came to Abuja, like I told you.
Yeah, was she there when
she
they
was
asked
there.
you to leave?
Yes, yes.
So you left with your mom?
I left with my mom. The day I left with my mom, he came because I was supposed to, according to what they said, that they were going to book flights for me. I said, what about my mother? You asked my mother to take me. So won't you book flight for her? So she said, no, Shebi, they did not say mommy to come. So anyhow mommy likes, let her go. I said, but you asked her to take me. So how can you not say anyhow she likes, let her go? He told me again that if I'm not careful, he's going to take the baby from me. That was in Abuja. I said, no, if I'm going, mommy will go with me together. He said, never, that his son will not enter flight, and he's not going to cater for how my mommy is going to live. So what was your plan?
They book flight for you?
For me and my baby. And then
which one his son will not enter flight?
Will not enter road transport. That he will book flight for me and my the baby, but my mommy should go the way he came. But I said, but your parents said that mommy should take me. So why are you booking separate transport for us? As he was going that day, I was not hearing when he was saying that he was going to take the baby on the phone with somebody. He was telling somebody that if my mommy goes, he's going to take the baby away from me. So I told mommy that, mommy, Uche's plan is for you to go. Then that flight he said he wants to book, I'm not sure he's going to book that flight. They want to take this baby because I heard him saying it. I had to run with my mommy on Monday. When he left, I had to take the baby and run. Because I don't know the level.
You left with your things?
I left with my clothes. The gas that I was giving for my marriage is still there.
That is, you did not talk about important things, talk of gas. Okay.
I left with my clothes, and that's the only things why I left with. Even some of the baby bath and baby things are still there. I couldn't take all those things. I just took some clothes and my box and left.
And your parents could at least, this is a marriage. Even though both of you started in a very wrong foundation. You dated somebody for 5 years. That is what I keep saying. It's not how long you date someone. You might meet a man in a month and the person can become a good husband, a good wife. You can stick to the person for 1 million years, then you will still be dying and eating with the devil. In both ways. Sex before marriage is not a guarantee that a woman or a man would marry you. Pregnancy before marriage is not a guarantee that the man or the woman have good character. Giving you money or promising you heaven and earth is not a guarantee that whom you are going to marry to is a nice person or is going to take care of you. A woman that look at a man, oh, you are looking good, and the person is not looking good, you started taking care of the person, shaving his armpit, taking care of him, buying clothes, buying cream, buying all toiletries for him. That does not show that when you get settled with such woman is going to be a good wife or take good care of you as a wife. Average human beings live fake lives. Pretense, camouflage, until you go into the marriage. Then you understand what marriage is all about. Men out there will feel women pretend a lot. But in this field I come to realize that men are the worst pretense on earth. They are the most pretenders on earth. Because what's happened in marriages these days that people are just crying here and there, man this, man that. So if you listen to this, you'll be wondering whether blood is running in the body of this man. And you feel so comfortable doing something that you feel this person you are hurting have no second thought of her life that she can hurt you back. Marriage is not a do or die affair. Instead of dying in marriage, you rather live long as a single man or single woman. Covering up. How can somebody ask you, you made me sick at the center of COVID-19. You have to leave your job. Thank God for a good director or employer that you have there. He granted you that opportunity just for understanding that you're a woman and you need to settle. He gave you that room to travel. In the middle of that COVID-19, either you contact that COVID, you did not care, you are even going with a public motto, this there, you are not even sure that you even see that a lot of people were being arrested on the road, detained, and even sent to prison then. You did not mind. You took that risk, you risk your job, you risk your life, you went for this person. My dear sisters across the globe, please, the world has gone beyond anybody can join you in the name of marriage, and you begin to risk your life. You begin to waste your savings. You begin to risk anything that add value to your life or that will add value to you in the nearest future. Think very well. Pray hard. Pray very well. Now we need to pray more and be sensitive in our spirits. Don't just live anyhow. 80% of marriage these days are scam. Men are scamming women, women are scamming men. No genuine love, no true love. You are married, you see your husband sleeping here and there, defiling the bed vow, the marriage vow. Women sleeping with all manners of men. Without no regret, without no fear of God, without no feeling, no value attached. 80%, if not more, of marriage these days is rubbish. There are still good men out there. Good men, quality men, God-fearing men, decent men. And if you look at the way they talk, the way they approach women that are not even their wives, they are even their sisters, even friends, you will value, you will know that there is a virtue in the life of this person. There are still good men and good women that are enjoying their marriage. But more than 70 or 80 are just fake. People are living in fake marriage. Either they come for your money, or they just see you looking good, they want to use you, sex you, and dump you, or they just come for one reason or the other. Some young men these days, they are into all manners of fetish things. They just want that glory out of you. If you are not praying hard and you think this person want to marry you genuinely, he needs you for something, and once he take that thing out of you, he wants you out desperately. Ladies, pray very well. Let us stand up and go more close to God. Because at times, my heart bleeds. I may not cry, but my heart bleeds. If I wake up in the morning before getting to the office, that is less than 20 minutes to this office, more than 100 calls that we receive is what? Marriage. Who are the complainants? Women. What is happening? If you listen to some things, you wonder if you have not married, if you still be willing to marry. Even if you're in marriage, you will still be scared. Will this person I'm married to, will it become like this demon they are talking about? I think we ladies should work on ourselves more than ever before. We need to draw close to God more than ever before. We need to pray harder than ever before. We need to be sensitive in our spirit more than ever before. Because something is wrong. And some of you men that are too attached, I've not heard from the man, but I just have to say this before even getting to this man. If you are too attached to your family, you will never have good any relationship. Even if you are married to an angel, you will never. Being human or woman, if you are too attached to your family, you refuse to detach. Even God asked Abraham to detach. Abraham detached and realizes and even achieved his dream where he detached from his family. So if you are too attached to your family, being you male or female, you will never excel in your marriage. Except on the ground that your family is too grounded. But which family is grounded? That you will speak to and they will not reason it in the other way. Which family is that grounded? That there will be no blood relationship, no blood feelings. And mostly when you are just attached to parents that are too controllable, that are too good in controlling their daughters and their sons. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. As a mother-in-law, are you not supposed to leave your son to grow? Aren't you supposed to leave your son to grow? An adult that have gotten to age 25 and above, who is big enough to impregnate woman, is big enough to control his or her home. And women, it's not every time any little thing that happen in your family, you run to your parents or your siblings and be downloading your husband too. No. Your loved ones will never give you exact advice that may really help you out, because the emotion will be attached to it. Why would you allow your husband to talk to you that way? Why would you allow your husband to beat you? Why would you allow your husband to do that? How can he talk to you in the public? How can he talk to you inside and all that? But if you apply wisdom, there are some things you have to manage yourself. Marriage is not easy, but it's easy to an extent. And it's easy for some people. When you are married to a reasonable human being, that is not I, me, myself, mine. Everything has to be me, I, self. No we, no ours, nothing. Me, I, myself. When you are too selfish, self-centered, if you are married to 1 million wives, even if you are married to the most illiterate girl from the village, you will, that girl will still pay you back with your own coins. Nobody is an animal. No man is an animal. No woman is an animal. Please be wise. Who wants you in a marriage cannot threaten you with nothing. Whatever you want to do, you will do it willingly. And we always see the handwriting, but we'll never let go of such person. That is the issue. That is too wrong. You took in, even though it's wrong and it's not biblical to be pregnant before marriage, but anything that makes you to go to that extent, commit such sin, and eventually taking, and the person asks you to remove it, don't ever. Because when you've committed fornication, ask person to off that thing or reduce it. I don't want to warn you for that thing again. One, you are going to face God for evil being, for even in the first place, having sex outside wedlock. It's a sin. Secondly, killing a child that you can never in your entire life until you die, you cannot produce a hair, and you kill a living being, is another thing that you are still going to face God in the day of your judgment. So let it be that you confess your sin and repent by asking God for forgiveness, even by committing having sex outside wedlock. Any man that asks you go about the baby, that is when our wedding will come up in the moon. Tell that person to hell. By even asking you to abort that baby, run for your dear life. Don't go into that marriage. End it there and there. Because who have the mind of comparing you to abort a baby, to kill living being, can kill you as a human being if you don't know. Innocent child, innocent blood, and somebody cannot just imagine if she is the blood, if he is the innocent child that a man is comparing to kill, and you have to go there for you to kill that child that is just coming. I cannot just imagine this. Any man, any beast you will come across in any way asking you to abort a child, run for your dear life. Because you and that man will not stand before God, even if he's facing the judgment of asking you to do it. But you that even go before them until they have to kill that child out of your womb, you have more than enough case to answer before God. That is evil. What are you expecting from such? They complain here, complain there, come over here, 1 month you get pregnant, then remove the pregnancy. That is when you know marriage can never hold between you and that guy. Every reasonable, responsible, God-fearing and decent man on earth should be happy when he hears that his wife took him. His wife to be. Confess your sin, ask God for forgiveness, then keep the baby. Other than asking you to kill a baby, I want to see that child. Don't worry, they'll bring the child. You'll come and kidnap this child. Go away. I'm going to call in. The only thing now, let me have that baby. Let me see that baby.
Mother said, if I'll be giving
Let me have that baby.
If I'll be giving birth to her, I should be going. I don't want a woman who borns through operation. I don't want a woman who gives birth through operation. I should be going with my baby. I should go with my child.
Imagine. Can you imagine? Oh God, this is a king.
Man, this boy was brought up with operation. Is it now an abomination because I gave birth through operation for this baby?
What kind of a child?
Is it abomination?
Do you know this child is a destiny child? Child that you took almost all the antibiotics to, that even supposed to affect his ears, his eyes, his nose, and everything.
When I noticed it was pregnancy, I
and
had to go and
come out this handsome, this healthy.
I thought he was going to even be disabled because of the medicines I took. I was so scared.
Oh my God. People are evil. People are evil. You will keep your baby. You don't even need to stress yourself much. You are working, your parents are there. Whatever you are going to take to keep your baby, you try your best. You are going to call him if he refuses the upkeep. Go on with your baby. You get me? This record, the child will grow up to watch you. This baby will grow up to see everything you pass through because of him. That is even most important and most reason why some of you that come on social media, you go to this page, go and save it and keep it. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Angel like this, somebody to have this kind of child that will be happy.
I even thought mommy called him after the birth of the child. That look at your child. With the way you see the beautiful child that God has given you. Now, I know you are talking about your wife is not submissive. She did this, she went to Cuba General Hospital, she did peace mass, she did this. Forget about all these issues. You didn't want me to come as a mother, but I've already come, and because I came, look at God has saved your child. If not for I came and pushed your wife to go that day to the hospital, who knows what would have happened to this baby? Now, forget everything. This was before the parents came. Let peace reign between the both of you. You people should find a way and
let me sit down, Mama.
Make amends. Mommy was talking to him. Make amends amongst yourself. Forgive each other. Let this baby be cleansing for whatever issues that all of you have, both of you have. And now start your life with Chinyere afresh. My mommy told him that.
Good afternoon, Ma. Okay, sit here, Ma. You still have a young mother now.
Well done. She's 62 years.
You still have a healthy and sound mother. You have this kind of mother, you are stressing yourself. Mama is very young enough to have his take care of his grandchild now. You are not serious. Just package yourself and go back to your work and make yourself more beautiful. You are such a pretty girl, you are crying. Why are you crying? You don't cry for fool now. When you cry for all these kind of people, they just feel they will be happy that they forced you. You don't need the child. The child grow up become your father's child. If you don't take care of the child, write the name of the child in your father's name. Grow up and they block him from every angle. How can somebody have this kind of handsome baby that you should jubilate and be happy and be frustrated?
It's wonderful.
Oh my God. Your mother that is very young, that should even be troublesome as a mother-in-law, young mother-in-law that will not even say, don't dare my daughter. And she's this calm and somebody is still mad.
She came and told him that as the baby is born, let everything, even when the father came with the mother and were telling me to leave, I knelt down and I held this baby in my hands. I said, I know we have issues because I really wanted the marriage to work. Honestly, I did. I didn't want to leave because I wanted the marriage to work because I loved him very much. So I told him,
that love they kill us. Don't love again.
I held the baby in my hands, madam. I said, look at this baby.
Ladies, learn how to like, don't love. Love when you are loved. Like when you are liked. Like when you are liked, then loved when you are loved. Don't love before you are being loved, because if you love before, you will suffer in your life. Ladies, learn how to like men now. Be liking, don't love. I love you very much. I hardly seen a man come out to say, I love my wife very well. Or because I'm in love, that is the reason why I'm tolerating her. Because I'm in love, that is the reason why I've not raised her on her. Because I'm in love, that is the reason why I've not chased her out of the marriage. I hardly see men saying that. Yes, ladies, women, please like men. Stop loving. Stop loving too much. That love, I love this so much, has led so many of you to early deaths. Like who like you, then you love who love you.
Ma, I held this baby and begged him that let's make this marriage work. Let's forget all the issues that we are having. Look at this baby. I'm barely 2 weeks. 2 weeks I gave birth to this child. Let's start afresh. I knelt down and begged him, and he threw it back in my face. That is now a family matter. That is now in the hands of his mother and his people.
Imagine.
That I should be going. I should go. That because if I don't go, whatever happens, if I choose to stay in the house, like I refuse to go because my money is in that house. We both rented that house together. So if I choose not to go, that whatever happens to him, but don't I know that me and my mother will be held responsible? That is what he told me. That if anything happens to him, because he does Uber beside the bed shop he has and beside the government work that he has. That if anything will happen to him now on the road as he's driving, that don't I know that I'll be held responsible because they've asked me to go and I'm refusing to go. That is what he told me. Ma, that day, that Sunday evening, he didn't sleep in the house. Do you know where he went to sleep? He went to sleep in the street, inside his motor. The security dogs were barking in the night. I woke up, I asked my mommy, did my husband come up? Mommy said no, he didn't see anybody. We heard noise of dog. I said, let it not be that he slept outside, because I know how wicked and reckless he can be. I said, let it not be that he slept outside. And as I was thinking, that's how it was. When I went out early morning, he was sleeping in the car there. I said, so your mother told me, threatened me that if anything should happen to you, I'm going to be held responsible if I refuse to leave the house for you. Then you now went today and go and be sleeping in the motor. So that if thief now should come to the street and shoot you, they will say it is me and mommy that did it. He said he did not know when he slept off in the car. That's what he said.
What you do, will call the man. But all I know, Mama, what's the baby?
Okay, thank you.
You are very young to take care of your grandchild.
Of course.
Yes, very, very young. You are even still young to have your own baby. So if your daughter has,
He's keeping him.
yes.
From the womb.
What did the Bible say? It said, husband, love your wife. Eh? It said, husband, love your wife. And wife, what did the Bible say? Submit to your husband. It is the duty of the husband to love his wife. And it's a duty and it's mandatory for the wife to be submissive to the husband. God never say, wife, love your husband. No, he never made mistake to give that instruction. Husband, love your wife. Wife, be submissive to your husband. So your duty, be submissive, be loyal, be respectful.
No, you said I'm not submissive because I said let's go to general hospital.
So everybody have their own role to play. Submit to your husband. Husband, love the wife. But it's the women that keep saying, I love my husband so much. I too much love him. I too much love him. You will not take the responsibility. So you want your husband to be submissive. Why God never asked him to be submissive? Say he should love you. You are to be submissive. So if you are expecting him to be the one submissive and be treating you like the man of the house, and you become the woman that is the woman of the house while you are the man of the house, he cannot work that way. So play that role. Take the responsibility of that your role that God places you on your shoulder. Be submissive, be respectful, be loyal to him. Then his duty is for him to love you. So let's not preach the Bible upside down. When you are submissive, a man loves you and you are submissive. What else again do you want? So I wanted to call the line.
The number you are trying to call does not exist. Hello, dial *785# or visit my MTN app to link your NIN to your line. Do this for all your...
Hello?
Hello, good morning, Mr. Uchenna.
Good morning.
My name is Mrs. Olushola. I'm calling you from Human Rights Defender and Access to Justice Office.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Fine, thank you. I have one Miss Osi Jacinta, Osuji, sorry, Jacinta in our office with a baby. She came to lay a complaint against you that you asked her and the mother to leave the marriage. Then thereafter you threatened to seize the 1 month baby from her. And she came to the office to complain that she need the upkeep of the child from you. Hence the baby is still little, she can't release her baby to you, and now that you've asked her to leave the marriage, she's rightly with her parents and she wants you to be taking responsibility of your baby. Hence we are calling to hear from you what really transpired, if what she said here is true or not.
Thank you, madam. Good morning, madam.
Good morning, welcome.
Madam.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Whatever she said is not true.
You said?
Let me give you the true part of it. That boy is that side is my son.
Okay.
And the responsibility of that boy lies on me. Even if the mother chooses to leave the marriage or not, the responsibility, the welfare, and the upkeep of that child
I barely hear you, sir.
lies on me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, your voice is very low.
Let me call you mother line then.
Mama, cover he says because of AC.
Okay.
Are you comfortable here or there?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hello?
Hello, madam. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. I said that boy is my son.
Okay.
The responsibility of that child, the upkeep of that child, his well-being lies solely on me. I am not shying away from that responsibility, and I'm not trying to push that responsibility to anybody.
Good.
Okay? We had issues when the mother was around. You asked her to verify everything I'm saying. Okay?
Yeah.
We had issues like every other marriage. The mother came. When the mother came, I explained to the mother that this is what your daughter is doing, so what your daughter is doing. The mother kept making excuses for her. You understand?
Okay.
I felt the appropriate thing to do is to call my parents, then both parents would sit down and talk. My parents came. They wanted to advise us as young family. The mother said that she will not entertain anything. That if anything must be said, that her husband and her family members must be there.
Okay.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
If you are the mother, I believe you're a mother.
Yeah.
Can't you correct things when you see things going wrong?
Of course, I can. I should.
Yeah, the mother insisted that her family must be around. It was a heated argument. Our family must be around. Nothing must be said. Nothing will be said without her husband being there. When she said that, I said, okay, the best thing that will happen is, okay, go back to your family house. You understand? Both parents will sit down to iron things out. Then my wife asked me, when is she going back? I said, don't worry. When I book a flight for you to go back, I went to work. On coming back, I discovered that my wife and my mother-in-law and my baby was not in the house. All of a sudden, her sister, her siblings started calling me, that they're giving me 24 hours, threatening me to provide their mother. I was surprised. I didn't even know that they were not even at home. I rushed home. I discovered they were not at home. First, I went to the police station to lay a complaint that I can't find my wife. I sent somebody to the family house, to their house, to confirm if they are there. They refused the person access. They kept telling me that they gave me 3 days. The younger brother was telling me that he gave me 3 days. That in 3 days, I must definitely produce their mother. At the point, I felt, okay, even if she wants to go with her daughter, at least I should be there when they leave the house. That is how it's been done. Or they wait for me to give them money to leave. Though that is officially, I sent them out. But if I went to work and they left, that means they didn't leave. I wasn't the one that pushed them out of the house.
Yeah.
I called her. I called Chinyere. If she's there, I put it on loudspeaker. I called her. I told her, come, babe. I discovered this marriage issues we are having because so many parties are involved in this marriage. And right now you've left the house. I don't want to call anybody to go and beg you or to pacify you to come back. I want us to...
Hello? 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 You please I think he ran out of credit. Let's try him back in another one. Okay.
Hello, madam. I ran out of time.
Oh,
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I thought as much. Yes.
So she said I shouldn't call her again. I was trying to make peace with her because I felt if I start telling people you go and beg Chinyere, it's still bringing so many people into the marriage. I wanted us to iron things out ourselves. Then before we involve any other person. But I discovered that her feelings were just telling her what to do and what not to do. At the point I said, okay, no problem. I sent her messages. I sent her a last day. I said, babe, please let's talk about Akachukwu. Do you understand?
Yeah. She
ignored me. Do you understand? After ignoring me, then I sent her a text again. I said, okay, why Akachukwu is still with you is because she's still a baby. When the time is right, I will come for him. Because since she doesn't want to talk about the upkeep of the child, do you understand? And when I sent that message is because I wanted us to discuss how, because whatever issues we are having should not affect the child.
Yeah.
I wanted us to discuss the upkeep of the child. To know if there's any way we could come back again as a first. If it's not possible, okay, fine and good. It's not possible, fine and good. Let's discuss about the upkeep of the child. The younger brother called me, telling me that the child doesn't have a father, the child is a bastard, that he will make sure that I never see the child again, blah 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 blah. We were just talking the elder sister, everybody was just talking. At the point I said, I told the sister, I said, at any point, this boy is still my son and it's still my blood. Even if you like, take him to London. At one point in this life, this boy will definitely come back. So why are we just fighting over nothing? But I discovered that so many persons doesn't even want my wife to decide what she wants.
Okay, so the upkeep you are calling her to discuss is how you will be supporting the child upkeep, or you want the marriage back, or how? What exactly do you want, sir?
Madam.
Yeah.
I want to be honest with you.
Yes, sir.
I want to be honest with you. You see that lady there, Chinyere?
Yeah.
That lady is still my wife. No matter what all our family is saying, she's still my wife.
Of course, as far as you pay dowry on her, she's still your wife.
If she wants to come back, madam, she wants to come back. If she wants to come back, that house is still her house. Nobody's going to take her place.
But there's too many.
I, as a person, I want her to come back. But the thing is that her parents, her family, and her siblings don't even want her. They don't even want her to reason. I want my wife to come back. I want my son to come back. But they don't want her to. I don't know what the benefit having her as in their house. I don't know what the benefit. If I don't want the marriage again, if I don't really want the marriage again, the first point of thing I would do is to fight for solution of marriage, isn't it?
Okay, but according to our complaint,
and I'm reaching out to my wife, come back. Tell my wife to come back. If I don't want my wife to come back, I will kill myself, but I want my wife to come back.
Okay, Uche, hold on, please. There are so many things she complained here, that you are equally being controlled by your parents, that your mother intrudes so much into the marriage, and even your siblings and all that. If both of you can let your family out of the marriage, don't you think you both of you will, on your own, work out this marriage other than bringing both parents in? Because this marriage is still very young, one. Secondly, you have no reason, or she have any reason whatsoever, bringing her mother, her siblings, mother, no, don't bring this child to the camera. Face it.
Hello, ma.
Yes, please. Both of you are matured enough, because according to her statement, both of you dated for 5 years before this marriage come to be.
We didn't date for 5 years. We dated for 6 years.
3 years.
We dated for 6 years.
6 years. 6 and 5 is still the same.
It's not the same. It's not the same. 5 and 6 is not the same.
But by now, both of you should have a better understanding. Your family shouldn't come in.
The thing is this. We are married. We are married.
Yeah.
But her family is still telling her what to do.
Madam, sit down, because I asked you a question. Don't stop all this body language. Sit comfortably. I don't want anybody coming to my office and be talking trash. You just arrange yourself. This body language you have, this gesture, you have to stop it. Allow this man to talk, because I asked you a question before. What is your essence of coming here? You said you threatened to take the child. And threatening to take the child have not grown. It's only an animal, a beast, that will ask to take this kind of a child and know that I will still be breastfeeding. If he takes the child, take the child to who? To breastfeed, or he take killing the child by taking this kind of child from the mother? One. Secondly, do you know, I also ask you, if both of you are properly married, have your family come into these issues and resolved? You said no. Your mother was there. They asked both of you to leave. And you left even while he was not around. You and your mother left the house. This is not boyfriend and girlfriend. This is pure marriage. Your dowry was paid by them. Did you borrow him, or did you give him money to pay your dowry? So he's still your husband. And you have to give respect to whom respect is due. Your mother is sitting here. She's listening to me, because I'm going to ask her if that is what is obtainable in Igbo land or in your village where you come from. That she gave you out in marriage and she take you without the consent of the family.
They told us to leave.
No, you told us that nobody live like that.
They asked us.
My husband cannot ask me to leave his house. I will tell him, I am not friending you. I am married to you. My husband cannot ask me to leave without informing my family. And if he asks me to leave, because proper things were done on me as a married woman, he must follow the due process.
He said if I don't leave, anything that happens to him in the house, I'm going to be held responsible.
We are going to be held responsible. Madam, listen to me. Face me here. Stop that. You dated this person for 6 years. Your mother was not there. Your brothers were not living with you and him. You left Lagos COVID-19. You fly inside you pass inside bush to go and meet him in Abuja. You did not give him, even if he threatened. That is when you should know this man was threatening you, not when you are married. He did not kill you when both of you were friending each other, bypassing everybody in the family. You were going there. Did your mother went there with you? You spent 7 days there during COVID-19. If you had died on the road when you were sneaking to Abuja, of him insisting that you must come, otherwise the relationship will end. Did you leave? No. And you were dating him for 6 years. You did not leave, you were not willing to go to leave a 6 years boyfriend and girlfriend, but you are ready to leave marriage in 1 day.
Because he was trading the opposite.
No, I just don't want to be harsh on you. Just keep your mouth, please. What kind of dirty threats? So he had never threatened you since 6 years you were dating him, and you have been staying with him alone in the house, without your mother being there, without any of your siblings being there. Hello?
Hello, madam, please. I want to make an appeal to you.
Yeah.
Please. I begged my wife, I begged Chinyere. I told her, please, I don't want to bring anybody. I don't want to even call your pastor to beg you to come back. I don't want to call your mom, your dad, or your siblings, because I discovered we have so many. I told my parents I don't want any of them to interfere. None of them to hurt anybody.
Come over here and breastfeed the baby.
I wanted to iron things with my wife. Please beg her in the name of God. That I'm begging her. Let her ignore whatever her family is saying. Eh? Let us reason. I still love my wife and I want my wife back. This front and back is not helping us. That boy is still a young boy. We've made our mistake. We'll have time to go back. We'll have opportunity to go back in time. We'll correct so many things. This thing is not, the child doesn't need this thing that is happening. I don't want people, I told my family, none of them to interfere in this issue because I wanted both of us to sort things out ourselves. But I don't understand. She's still
hold on. I want to ask you something, Uchenna. You wanted your wife to come back. You want the marriage. You loved her so much. Why did you, in the first place, why did you ask your mother and your siblings to come and judge your mother-in-law and your wife in your house? Why? Okay, if you know that the siblings coming into the marriage is a taboo, why did you call in your own family to come and judge them?
Okay, are you aware that when my mother-in-law came,
yeah,
I had a meeting with my mother-in-law in respect of what is happening?
What kind of meeting?
I explained. I told her, look at what your daughter is doing that I don't like. Look at what is happening. Look at what is happening. I explained everything. The mother was busy making excuses for Chinyere. And I expected my wife, I expected my mother-in-law. My mother was the first person I discussed with to sort things out for us. But it wasn't making it wasn't going any, it wasn't even, okay, madam, let me surprise you. My wife, because the phone she was using, I wanted to take that phone before they left. When I started fighting me, she was fighting me. She just couldn't help me. My mother-in-law came out. I told my mother-in-law, look at you fighting me. My mother was surprised. My mother-in-law told me, it's because that we are not in good terms. I said, even if we are not in good terms, your daughter is fighting me. And you see your mother in church and you don't even want to even address this issue. You're fighting her husband. You say because you are not in good terms. So the reason why I brought a second party was because I discovered that with the mother, we are not making any headway. We are not making any headway. That was why I brought a second party.
Okay, Uche, what I understand, you and your woman, both, this marriage is still very young. And the only way both of you can have a better and peaceful relationship is to cut off your hands from your parents, from both parents. However, whatever happened in your marriage, please, it is better you resolve, argue it, shout, and resolve within yourself. Except it goes beyond what both of you can settle. What is the essence of courting somebody for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and for years? You are counting years in courtship, and you have no single understanding among yourselves. Then that is rubbish. You should be seeing yourself as friends, as lover, as business partner, and everything by now in your marriage. Then bringing the third party, the mother, and all that, you should have a better way of going about it. I'm going to talk to her anyway, because one, there is no marriage that is that perfect and too sweet. It takes two to tango, and it takes the both of you to arrange on how to handle your home. My home is not free of stress. But I tried, or my husband tried to manage the marriage. We are all in trying to manage each other. There is no perfect human being anywhere. These are opposite sex. You are bringing your family. In my own marriage, I don't think, my husband is not the type of person that taking his matter to even to my mother is the worst. Then he is ready to deal with you of more than ever you are expecting from him. And a man should be a man of himself. You shouldn't be the one taking your matrimonial issue to your parents and all that. If your wife maybe made trouble with you and all that, if you don't have wisdom on how to handle him, I think how many days, like some weeks ago, my husband was saying if I made trouble with him, he would just tell me he wants to travel out of Nigeria. I will cool down and say, okay, I'll not make trouble again. Which is normal. Because I tried all avenue, okay, and not this, okay, it's no problem. The next thing he will bring his solar passport. He will be arranging bag. I will do this. The next thing I say, it's me on my own that will change by force, even if I'm not willing to change. I say, hey, have you eaten? He said, did you ask me whether I've eaten yesterday? No problem. I'm not. Then I'll be scared of going out of house. Let this man not take his solar passport and disappear one day because of my trouble. I will change gear. I will on my own settle by force. You get me? Not that you don't have any other way of paying or dealing with me, but you know that is my weapon. If you said you want to travel, I also have passport. I have visas to travel if you want to travel. But what if he traveled? Will I allow him to travel and whatever? I said, no, let me just keep calm. So every man or every woman should know how to handle his or her issue, or how to deal with issues themselves. And that should be the best way. Moving here and there, reporting to your mother, reporting to your sister, or she calling her siblings to your marriage, to calling you. What right did your sibling have to be calling your husband? You are selling him out to your family. Nobody, whether male or female, they don't have right to be calling your husband.
The siblings called me also. They called me and were insulting me.
And that is very wrong. Both of you sold out your marriage to your families.
Sister called me and was insulting me on the phone.
Which right did your sister have to be calling your wife, insulting your wife? If you really have respect for her, if you have regard for her, if you truly love her, you don't sell your wife to your partner, to your siblings. Manage your home, fight yourself, beat yourself inside the house, settle again. Who wants to come out with bone face? You come out with bone face. Don't relate it to any other person. You can only do that to somebody that no have interest of the marriage, will chastise you as a mother, will chastise your daughter, the daughter-in-law as a daughter, not a daughter-in-law, not even seeing her as an external body. Come here, don't try that again. That is not how to behave. Uchenna, stop that. You don't talk to your wife anyhow like that. You don't beat your wife. That is how a good mother-in-law will always want to blame the both of you, not one-sided. The mother have to blame the daughter and blame you. Your mother have to blame you and blame the daughter. If at all their attention is needed in the relationship. But when you are taking side on who belongs to you, you are sending catastrophe to that marriage. Your sisters shouldn't get themselves involved in your marriage and applicable to her own family. How can it become a house of commotion where both of you supposed to manage yourself and people should be envious of your marriage? Relationship that have lasted for 6 years before you go into marriage. Why are you making foolish of yourself in the public? Please, Mama, please come and sit here. Uchenna, hold on, because your mother-in-law is in the office here. No, sit here, sir. Ma. Yes, ma. I will not want to judge matter between you and your son-in-law. We don't do that. This is not a case. But I will only talk to you like a mother. Because I have a mother like you. It's not by age. Wisdom is not by age. Who God gives can give out. Yes. And I believe you will always wish your daughter to remain in marriage. A good marriage. Not marriage that they want to kill her or anything. No. You want your wife, your daughter to be in marriage. That brings honor, respect to you as a mother and applicable to her. Please, I'm going to advise you. However, Because if I started judging you, asking you to say what happened, meaning I want to judge case between you and your son-in-law, which I will not want. Because I still want peace. I still want the marriage to hold. I still want this child to be trained by both of them. Because if I have the child, I don't think I want to take my child out where my husband's involvement is highly needed in the life of the child. Not money, but otherwise. The children both know the children need both parents to grow up in a proper way. And they are both learned. So the only thing I will have to speak with Uche should take his family off his marriage. And let your daughter take you people out of their marriage. Let them manage their crisis themselves. It has not gone to the extent of where both families should be involving themselves, sending insultive messages or talk and all that to each other. At the end, they'll crash the marriage and everybody will go on their separate way. You will mind your marriage. Uche's mother will mind her marriage. The brothers and sisters will mind their relationship. Why your other children will mind their own marriage? At the end, both families have sent out Uche and the wife out of their own marriage, which is not proper. Crisis in marriage is always from mother-in-law, sisters and brothers. So it's only a wise person that will take off these people out of their marriage and they will sell. Except on the ground that you have good siblings in your home, then you allow them to come around. I love my father-in-law, which is the elder brother of my husband. Such a responsible man. From the day I set my eyes on him till this moment, I owe him that respect. No matter the level you are, he will tell you the truth and damn the consequence. Where my husband is wrong, he will tell him to his face, you are wrong. Where I am wrong, he will tell me to my face, I am wrong. He side nobody. He's such a peacemaker. And I love him. I owe him that respect he debts. And that is how father-in-law should be. He will never take side whatever. He say, no. Come back. You come back. You stop it. He will talk to my husband, you don't do such. And he will talk to him, no, yeah, well, stop it. You don't do that kind of a thing. And he will say it to your face without bending, without miming his words. Please, I want to beg you, ma. The way you people left, even if Uche asks you to leave his house, is disrespectful. No son-in-law should tell the mother-in-law to leave his house no matter anything. That is insult. He was supposed to take care of you, buy you clothes, feed you well, that you come to that place to do amugo. Even if his mother is there. The period, even if you are not behaving well, he will have to manage you within that period that you leave. As you leave, he will tell the wife, honey, this thing your mommy came to do, do you know I don't really like it? But I have to take it because of you. Asking your mother-in-law to leave, whether said it by the mother or by himself, is not a good character. Igbo people respect mother-in-law to an extent, the level of those that have known and the culture of those that have also witnessed. They respect mother-in-law on both sides. So I would want you to let go as a mother. You get me? Don't get other families involved in this matter. If you truly wish your daughter well. Getting family involved, it will escalate more matter. Because you want to say some things as a mother. The sisters want to get themselves involved because of emotion. The brothers want to say their own because of emotion. Applicable to Uche's family. But please, ma, you don't wish, I believe this is not the first and last child your daughter will have. We still wish her that she's going to have more than this in marriage. But please, whatever have aired there, for the sake of the innocent child, for the sake of your daughter, for the sake of any good relationship you've had with Uche in the past, even before he asked your daughter hand in marriage, let go. I know it's painful. Because considering what your daughter have said, when they bring list, he said he don't want the list, and the list is too much, is this and that. I respect my husband so much. If you ask me to go, I will not go anywhere. And in fact, I'm not going anywhere. Wherever you are hearing me, please tell your chairman, no, I am not going nowhere. So let him just do that. He tried all his best. All the millions he spent, Lagos, Otukpo, everywhere, my kobo, no kobo was involved. And it's the essence why that respect I will owe him to any level of life. He's a real man, a man of difference. I owe him that respect. And please, and when somebody don't have, and you said, I don't have, in-law said I don't have, the only love you show to your in-law when they say they don't have, but they are willing to marry your daughter, is that adjustment. It's not an insult. Some people even give out child free of charge.
Yes.
No, don't maltreat my daughter. Take the child, I give it to you. I don't need the kobo from you, but take care of child. They do it like that. That doesn't mean they sell their daughter cheaply. That doesn't mean they want the daughter to go out of their house desperately, but it is a sign of respect. So, and if she said he doesn't have, shows that he does not have, because if he doesn't love your daughter, he would have married long ago. Or even he pregnant somebody all this year, they have been staying together as boyfriend and girlfriend. So if we wear both sides, it's worth forgiving. See him like your son-in-law and let go of anything that's happened.
I have heard what you said, but the fact remains. When I entered there, I didn't ask my daughter to tell me anything. I say I need to observe. I don't judge people because I'm a mother. 3 days, when he came back, he greeted me. How? I said they are fine. I didn't show that. I don't have problem with Uche. We are sometimes
Mama.
your husband has.
Uche, allow him to talk now.
Yeah, your husband is not eating. Why? Now Uche came back. I said, why are you not eating your food? I observed that you don't eat your food. Why? Tell me. Is there any problem? He said, no, mom. It's because I used to come very late. But it doesn't matter. You're supposed to, as you are running up and you need to eat. That is my advice. Say, please, eat your food. I just went in. Again, I was saying, you don't normally stay with your wife. You don't communicate. Upon he's about to born. Why don't you communicate with your wife? Sometimes your wife will even call you. It will not answer her.
That is where the issue coming. You know, when we monitor everything, if mother monitor everything that happens in marriage, you will be the home breaker.
So
yes, because your daughter noticed there is nothing Uche is doing now that your daughter have not noticed a relationship. But she wants to try her best to ensure that relationship work and lead to marriage.
Even when
men or women don't change overnight. Anything. This nag, they nag. My husband know that I dey nag. Even when we dey cut for season, I nag very well. That nagging was just too much. But out of love and caring, he still married me. And that doesn't mean I should stand in nagging. I can nag in the public. I don't dare nag at him. That my nagging remain with me in the public, not to him. You must learn how to manage yourself, even the essence of you. If your partner tries to manage you, you will minimize it, because too much of everything will be much. So if you go there and your daughter will be telling you he doesn't call me, he doesn't do that. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Your daughter, you are not you did not carry microscope in your eyes. If you did not go there, you will not see error.
yes,
You would have remained on your own. And if what the years she had been dating the guy for 6 years, do you know what has transpired between two of them? You don't know. Is it not now that you went there to go and stay when they were cutting friendly themselves? Do you go to Uche's place?
No, what I consider that time, I'm trying to let them make peace. Even as much as he refused the food, I asked my dad to continue giving him. Now, what paid me most is the interference of the mother, because I didn't expect that it's like a shock. I told my God that I'm going there. Even I told her that I'm not going to stay too long because my husband is aging. So immediately is one more time going. But that particular day they visited with the family, the mother, the father, the senior brother. The brother was even telling Uche, say that if he is the one, he will send me home that night.
In your presence?
Yes, in my presence.
Uche, did you hear that?
He will send me away. Why should they allow me to even enter? Like I said, why? Then the mother-in-law said, in her family, nobody should go through CS. And as long as this children has gone through CS, that they will never enter that family. That is a taboo. That is what the last
I not break my table.
I'm sorry. That is what I heard that choked me up. And the mother-in-law knocked head like this, that I should take my stupid daughter away and go away with it. That this is her own house. That Uche has lived. And I want to kill Uche, me and my daughter. So that particular day, Uche didn't come until 1 o'clock. He slept outside. I said, because of me, I carry my load. Not that he didn't know it.
Shift the chair back a little.
I carry my bag.
Face me here.
I took my bag. I said, Chinya, I'm leaving. Uche, I call her his name. Call my son. I'm leaving. I'm not sleeping here today. I will go today. I didn't mention my daughter's name. What paid me much? He now came back later in the evening. I was about to take my bath. What I heard, noise in the parlor. I didn't finish my bed. I run. I saw 2 of them, and this person did a CS. He never reached anything. The bandages are still there. She was bleeding with the child. 2 of them hung themselves. I said, why not? Don't
in your presence.
In my presence. Don't you know what you have? That if Uche should push you now, that is dead. And now will Uche leave her? He said, Chinye, so Chinye, leave your hand. I not Chinye hand. Uche, why? Chinye said, he broke her phone. Say, Uche, why now? Why do you break?
Like, they said Uche broke your daughter's phone.
Phone broke down. That is what caused. So, in short, Uche, listen. Your mother visited yesterday with your people.
Mr. Uche, are you with us?
And you know that 2 of you have started having clashes. Why did you go again to pick? And it is through Chinye the phone that you got on information that Chinye said to her friend. She has stopped that. Now you have broken her phone. Why? Why do you do that? And if you should push her down now, the person that has CS, they'll be dead. And what will people say? So why not calm down? And I called Uche 4 times. The arrival of this new baby, let's say God sent for you to make amends. Let 2 of you settle yourself. Shall soon go. But he refused. Any day you go run to the mother and say what you said. The mother will now
come back.
Encourage him more. The mother will look on my face and say that I'm a stupid woman. I'm telling you.
Have you people met before they are married?
The only time we met is when they come for traditional wedding. When they are about to leave. Anything, I just say, let Chinye go. I don't mind the least of the village. As they are going, I say, please, ma, we hug ourselves. This girl now is no longer my daughter. It's your daughter.
Yeah.
Please, take care of her. If he's doing anything that you don't like, bring her to me, I'll talk to her. That is my word. This woman, another day, remember, say, that's how I tell her to take care of my daughter. Look at this stupid daughter. That he will take care of, that he don't want to see that he hates her and he hates me. That is what the mother said.
In your presence?
In my presence.
Was Uche there?
Uche was there.
Okay, hold on.
There was
okay.
fight.
It's okay. It's okay. Uche, did you hear what your mother-in-law said?
I'm listening.
Do you hear what she said? You say you are listening.
Yes.
Okay, so all this happened in the presence of you. Your mother, you was insulting your mother-in-law, telling calling your mother-in-law and the daughter stupid in your presence, and you were mocking her that she put to bed 2 years that she will not enter the family. Why do you want her into the family where she can be killed?
Let me explain what happened.
Yes.
I don't want to join issues with anybody. You understand? I take the blame for everything that happened, but I want to explain something. Thank God my wife is there. I don't want to join issues with anybody because the deed has already been done. But I just want to place the narrative on the table. Before I place the narrative on the table, I am sorry for everything that happened. When my mom came with my elder brother, my dad, and one of their relatives, a woman from that place. So my mom was telling my wife. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
My mom was telling my wife that come. He was telling her that he was trying to advise my wife. She was advising my wife that if anything happens between you and your husband, that both of you need to sit down and sort it out. That both of you will sort it out. You understand? As she was talking, my mother-in-law said, "Ileku, blah blah." What it means in Igbo is you are talking out of sense. You understand? So she picked offense. Why would you say I'm talking out of sense? That was how it started. That was what transpired between the both of them. They started raising voice. At the point I said it's okay, everybody go to your house.
But did you break Uche's phone? Did you break your wife's phone?
Back to that.
Eh?
The phone in question is my phone. We swapped phone. And my banking app was on that phone. I came back in the evening, I needed to do a transfer for somebody. And I needed my own phone, which she was using to do that transfer. Later, I collected the phone. She started jacking the phone with me. I said, let me use the phone. She started jacking. Out of that, I broke the phone on the ground. That was what happened. The phone in question, her phone is still with me. That phone they said I broke, is my own phone, not her own. The phone is my own. Her phone is still with me. Hello?
Hello, I'm with you.
So the phone, they said I broke my wife's phone. I did not break. She is there. Ask her who owns that. That is my own phone, the swapped phone. And I needed that phone that night just because I wanted to do a transfer. My GT app is on that phone. And
okay, but now, okay, yeah. But you were the one that brought your mother, your sister, your uncles to that place, to the house.
I did not bring my sister. It was just my mom, my dad, and my elder brother.
Why did you bring them in? Why did you bring them in to come and judge matter in your house while your mother-in-law there? Your mother, your father, your uncles to that place.
I tried sorting this thing out with my mother-in-law. But my mother-in-law was making an excuse for her daughter. She was making an excuse for Chinyere. Everything Chinyere does, she makes an excuse for her. At the point I even said, she said she knows that her daughter cannot do this.
You are saying so, excuse me. You are saying submissive.
Madam,
excuse me, ma.
What I want to say,
He's saying submissive.
Hold on, you have to hear each other.
Madam, please, I want to just say one thing before I want to say one thing. Mama, I beg you in the name of God. I know I've offended you. I am sorry. Please, look at Akachuku. I know I've offended you. We are both young. I will make our mistakes.
I try to make peace.
It's okay. Now, person is talking. Two people cannot be talking at the same time.
But please, in the name of God, forgive me. Find a place in your heart to forgive me. I am begging you because of God Almighty. Please.
Uche,
Ma?
this office represents peace, just like I earlier said. And please, I will not want family to destroy what you and this young lady have built in the past. The child is involved. What you will do, you come to Lagos. You come to the office. We'll have both of you. We'll cancel both of you, both your wife, yourself, and please, you will now come and sign that taking her and the baby back to Abuja, there will be no any other issues. Like getting your family involved that will result to violence, because everybody, and which their mother also will sign here, to take their hand off the marriage, so that the both family will leave this marriage, let the marriage work out between both of you. If you don't know what to say, what to do per time, both of you can call our office, our counseling department. They can guide you people on how to manage your crisis, other than bringing your both family in to destroy your home. If you daily still want this marriage as you stated, please come to Lagos, then come and pick your wife and your child back to Abuja.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. Please, ma. I just want to say one thing before I go. The problem is this. I think the underlying issue, because I've thought over this issue over and over again. My wife believes that my family is interfering in our marriage, and I also believe that her family is interfering in our marriage.
That is what is what we really deal with, and that have to stop from both of you. You understand? The family, I don't know if the siblings that are calling you or doing this, if they are in Lagos, we will still have them back in our office here, where they have to off, and both of you will sign not to bring your family into your relationship. Manage it. If you are too pressed, you don't know what to do, call us. We will know what to do per time. That is normal advice and how to guide her through. She's still also young in the marriage. Experience in marriage is not experience in boyfriend and girlfriend or relationship where both of you want to hide your true colors and all that. You'll be coming up with your, now you will not hide your anger. She will not hide her anger. She want to say it to you the way she think is best. And this is my husband, I have right to talk. My wife, I paid daddy, I have right to talk. All this right of a thing. If everybody claim right, there will be no peace. We will tell her what she need to do as a wife and how she can hold her home with wisdom, not with right or autocracy, not with family or other advice. You get me? Both of you need all that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mama, I'm sorry, Mama. Please forgive me.
Mama is begging you. Come close now, make you hear her.
Please.
No, this mother-in-law where go school too much now.
No,
Na
the
self.
fact remains that he doesn't know who loves him.
Can I talk to you?
Older, the senior,
Yeah,
is
hold
the
on.
fourth daughter.
Hold on. She come over here.
Is the fourth daughter.
Your
The
daughter?
last, others are married. I used to do a move for them. This is not the first time.
Don't worry, everything will be okay. Both of them are still
So I
very young.
cannot go, even if he's not a move, I
You
cannot go to.
You will go, Mama. You know me and you have our own talk. Calm down, yeah? No verse. He has apologized and he's still coming to apologize.
No, his mother is the issue now.
No talk again. It's okay. Every mother-in-law have issue.
Will I go
If you
back?
bring my mother now as a mother-in-law, they will say my mother have issue. You must put one word, and once you put one word, your daughter-in-law will see you as the issue. But we have to play wise. Please, mother-in-law, please play safe. Oh. Yeah. Go ahead. She can hear you, Uche. Hello, Uche.
I'm sorry.
Are you saying sorry to me or to your wife?
I'm talking to my wife.
No, I'm sorry like that. I thought you were talking to me. I did not know.
Wait, now let me. I will start to tell you.
Abi?
Please, I'm sorry for everything that's happened. I take
put your
blame
head.
for anything that happened. Please, forgive me. I believe we could start a special team, okay? I take blame for everything that happened. Please just find it. I know it's difficult for you to let go, but please just do it for our son. Please. I'm sorry. I mean it. I'm sorry. Okay?
Uche, you know that I'm sorry in Igbo language is sweeter than I'm sorry in English. I bet use your language, make you take hard and they say tomato just eweliwe o biko gba aramo o. You know all this o inside they make a more sweet person.
Answer me now.
I beg, answer him now.
Anyway. You remember all the dreams we had together now? Hello?
Talk
Remember the
now.
vacation we are planning?
Speak.
Remember we are planning to go to Obudu this year? Please, I'm sorry.
I remember paying me and my husband Ogudu ticket to that place. Now no go. Remember saying that we do amo.
I beg you in the name of God. Please, let us fix whatever is left of this marriage, please. I will make it work, okay? I will make it work. I'm sorry.
Uche, thank you. When are you coming to Lagos?
I'll be coming to Lagos. Anytime my wife wants me to come to Lagos, I'll come.
Come to Lagos tomorrow. That shows that you truly love this wife and your baby.
Anytime she wants me to come to Lagos, I'll come to Lagos.
When do you want your husband to come tomorrow? Come to Lagos. Tell us.
Can come tomorrow if you want to come.
Wow. So if you can come tomorrow if you want to come.
I'm not on the camera now.
No.
I'll be in Lagos on Monday.
Yes.
Uche, if I told you,
I'll be in Lagos on Monday.
Okay.
you will bring along.
Don't, madam. I'm not doing marriage in my office, so please allow me. You and your Uche mother don't scatter. This marriage now, I'm the mother-in-law of this marriage. If you enter, Uche mother enter, now me go arrest her. Even say, make me leave this marriage alone. Uche na. Mr. and Mrs. Olushola is your mother-in-law and father-in-law. So please come to Lagos. Now we go welcome you. We want to rejoin you and fresh wedding on Monday.
Okay. Thank you very, very much.
It's all right. All right. Tell your wife you love. So though you cannot see your baby, so but your baby say I missed you.
Yes.
And the baby, I can see the baby. I've already seen the nose of the baby like you. So we'll have Uche back in the office on Monday.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. All right, viewers. Thank you for being with us. My dear sister, Jacinta, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There is no perfect marriage anywhere. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I encourage you to go out of your own while I'm in my own, then I'm selfish. I will only encourage ladies or girls or women to go out of marriage when it becomes too violent to risk your life for. Then I will encourage you and I will advise you, leave. You see, men talk all this, blah, 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 blah. If you go into, madam, please go outside. I'm the one that calling, but you are disturbing me now, so you can step out. I don't want to talk while I'm also talking. One, if you really want to remain in marriage, you must take your family out. You know what? Your family, they must go out. Not go out in the sense that you will not relate with them. But if you begin to relate your misunderstanding with your husband to them, you will never settle. Because emotion will definitely set in. Your sister will feel the man is maltreating you. The sister will feel you are maltreating. You are even talking back at the brother too much. You are controlling and all that. But if your husband comes to Lagos, we are going to tell him on how to be a man. You get me? So please, you have to go back to your marriage.
Make it work.
Make it work. You put more effort to make it work. Okay? Yeah. The guy is still in love, is still in labor. You know, at times when mistake like if issues like this do not prompt up, you will not know the level of the love of your husband or your wife towards you. But please, we will see him on Monday and we'll really talk sense with him, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you viewers for being with us. God bless you really good for staying tuned to this case all through to the end. It's not easy, but it's easy. I love you all for being with us. God bless you. God bless my husband, Prince Olushola Adegboye, the Olomo of Shasha himself, the only prince in the whole world. I love all of you. Please, like, I still repeat, husband, learn how to love your wife. The same way my husband is loving me. Don't say, what did you mean? The same way my husband is loving me. You know, it's job too much as I be trouble. But if you don't love me, that is yourself for cause so many things. Please show love to your husband, to your wife. Then what you are expecting in return is the humility, the submissive, the caring of your husband, of your wife back to you. And when there is submission, deeper love will come in. When there's respect, deeper love will come in. When there's some humbleness, deeper love will come in. So please, let's not just preach to people. Let's do what we are preaching to the public. Every woman be submissive to your husband. Every husband, love your wife. Love first. So, women, love less. Be more submissive. Let your husband love you. So show understanding. Please, I just gotta beg you. I'm recruiting women that will be beating all these men that is beating their wife. It's going to be the other way around now. My husband have approved it that I should recruit. So it's not going to be, he's the one that give me approval. He say, President, go ahead and recruit. So any day you see me leading women who are marching to any man's house, please don't be surprised. Only join us to ensure we'll meet at the junction and we'll go to arrest that man. We'll be the one to treat the case. We'll be the one to handcuff the man. We'll be the one to treat the man for cop also. So please, the world is turning either way. Don't beat your wife. Oh. Don't do what? Don't beat. Training. If we start that training, I'll tell you. Oh. We have karate, people that are playing karate. We are training both young girls, small girls, teenagers that will still go ahead of us to how to pin down the man. You understand? So don't just, when we start the class, you will join us on air, join us on ground. So any day we take off, all of you will join with us. God bless you. But not training to beat you. You know, say chairman also don't train with he trained karate also from Holland. So he's training us behind the camera, and other people are also training. So be very careful. And I know, bang, 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 kudos.